School Sports Live TV is proud to present the champions of the York Area League going up against the champions of the Lancaster Lebanon League, all here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Tonight, it's Cedar Crest, 2-0 for the season, the champions of the Yellow League last year, against Central York High School, the champions of the York Area Interscholastic League last year. Hooking up here tonight in Central York, all brought to you by the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. I'm Gary Sutton. Alongside of me is Charlie Fortney and Sam Sutton. And this is also a grudge match of sorts tonight because Cedar Crest ended Central York's season last year with a pass from Evan Horn to Andrew Udy. Central York never won another game after the district semifinals. Somewhat of an upset for Cedar Crest. And when we talk about Cedar Crest, Evan Horn is back this year. And Charlie, he's got a good surrounding cast too. This team could be right back where they were last year in the district semifinals and more.
Yeah, and although Andrew Udy was on the receiving end of that basket at prep school right now, enjoying a pre-college career, Andrew Eberhardt, his partner in the post last year, has really matured. Watch for Andrew Eberhardt tonight to show a versatility that you're not going to see from normal 6'6" guys. He can handle the ball, he can jump, he can move around. Evan Horn and the guard cast of Cedar Crest is tough as well. It's going to be a battle of seasoned teams to who can dictate their style tonight.
It's going to be a lot of fun also to watch Central York. They're missing Matt Clemens from last year, who was a defensive stalwart, but they've got back a heart and soul of this team. Sam Saxton, tell us about this team. You're going to see a lot of motion, a lot of offense tonight.
Central York is the returning champions. They also have the returning MVP in Sam Saxton. He's the leader of this crew. They're a well-balanced team. They score, they pass, they cut, they play great basketball. All you basketball enthusiasts should look forward to a great game tonight.
It's the champs of York against the champs of the Lancaster Lebanon League, a grudge match tonight here early in the season. And it's just out ahead on High School Sports Live TV right here on ABC 27.
Employee pricing is back at Jack Giambalvo Buick with close to 300 vehicles available. Drive a 2014 Buick Enclave as low as $39,625. No down payment and financing as low as 0%. Employee pricing, it's back at Jack Giambalvo Buick. Employee pricing is back at Jack Giambalvo GMC with close to 300 vehicles available. Drive a new GMC Sierra Crew Cab as low as $35,221. No money down and financing as low as 0%. Employee pricing at Jack Giambalvo GMC.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two. It's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less. And OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
You already know your Giant bonus card is a great way to bag real savings on groceries. But it does so much more, like helping you pump up your fuel discount with Gas Extra Rewards. Just by using your Giant bonus card, you'll save 10 cents per gallon for every $100 you spend. So the more you buy, the more you save. Gas Extra Rewards, fueled by Giant.
And welcome back to Central York High School here on the campus of Central York. And glad to be bringing you High School Sports Live TV tonight on ABC 27. It's Central York, the homestanding team, welcoming Cedar Crest to town. Cedar Crest on your right side of the screen, wearing gray and blue and white tonight. On the left side, Central in black, orange, and white. Gary Sutton, Sam Sutton up here with you. Charlie Fortney will be down roaming tonight along the deck. Kevin Lawrence, James Wilderson, and Ken Broom, your officials tonight, explaining the rules to Tommy Smith, the head coach on the right-hand side for Cedar Crest. And also on the left-hand side, Kevin Sheeler and his Central York Panthers and their captains out there getting the final instruction. And I'll tell you what, We saw a great game last night with Susquehanna Township and Hershey in the Mid-Penn. Tonight, we get a battle of two leagues. Good intersectional kind of rivalry that really got started last year. I'm going to be anxious to see kind of that grudge match scenario taking place here tonight, Sam.
What a better way to kick off the season. We have the Lancaster Lebanon champions versus the York County champions. This should be interesting because, like you said, there's a lot of hurt in Central York's heart right now. They lost a heartbreaker on that Hershey Park Arena floor, and I think they're out for blood today. They want revenge.
So anyway, we're looking forward to that kind of matchup tonight. Two different styles. Cedar Crest last year, after they beat Central York did not win another game from the semifinals on out. They lost the next game. They lost in the States, and a tough end of the season.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's not how you start a lot of times. It's how you finish, and that was also true for Central York. But, man, how many teams have the experience back with these two teams? I mean, these are two seasoned teams. And one thing about these kids, like, they're not going to go away. Like, they can get down. They've been so used to being in every situation, playing together in the offseason. The Cedar Crest kids in particular stay together on their own school-based AAU team, which makes them tough. And a lot of these Central York kids stay together too.
Well, they're two teams that play well together. They've got a lot of kids back. They both have a system that works well. Tommy Smith, in his 5th year, has gone from winning 4 games his first year to 6 the second, 16 the third, 26 last year, and he's looking to improve on that this year. They have designs of going the whole way for Kevin Sheeler. He has turned Central into a powerhouse program in 4 years, and using kind of a York Catholic style. We'll talk about that and develop that throughout the night.
I find it funny because I was just laughing. I seen a bunch of York guys, York Catholic alumni coming in the game. They've taken Central York and made it another York Catholic now, with the style of play, the coaching, the assistant coaches, and it's excellent to have that rejuvenation and a great system.
And if you're wondering, what does York Catholic do? Well, they switch on screens. They run motion. They screen away. They run it until they get the shot they want.
They backdoor you often.
They backdoor you all the time. It's smart basketball. And on the other side, Cedar Crest has the crux of their team back from last year. We mentioned Udi is gone, but the rest of them are here. Let's take a moment here and honor America with our national anthem. I'm anxious to get this one started tonight, Sam. So final thoughts here before we start it up here. We're going to get the starting lineups here in just a moment, but this is going to be an interesting contrast of two styles. And let's first of all get the starting lineups from Cedar Crest. We start out with Josh Booper, number 2. Nick Miller, number 14, a senior. Jimmy Kern, number 20, who is a senior. All 3 guards. Evan Horn, we talked about him, number 33. He's a junior, 6'1" guard. And Andrew Eberhardt, number 42, a senior, 6'6". He's pretty much taken Udi's place this year and stepping in at the big spot.
That's a really good team. I've seen them play a number of times in the season and throughout the summer, and that's a very good team.
And now Central York and Peter Fauci. His father, a former point guard at York Catholic, Joe Fauci, on the bench tonight with Kevin Sheeler. Fauci, a senior. Sam Saxton, wearing number 21 tonight, the heart and soul of this team, and he's a senior as well, heading to Lemoyne College next season. Jared Wagner, who has been hot to start this season. They're 3-0 at Central, and he was the MVP in their Central Panther tournament. He's a junior, 6 feet. Nathan Markey, another guy whose dad was a pretty fair basketball player. We'll tell you about that, too. He's a junior, 6'2", and finally Charlie Gingrich, who is the big guy for him, 6'4", wearing number 40 tonight, a junior. And so there you have the matchups, and just moments away from the tip-off of this intersectional rivalry and somewhat of a rematch. It doesn't mean quite as much this point in the season, but I think right now, when you look at these two teams, they want to get something stated right here. OSS Health starting lineup, so you see it. Bucher, Miller, Kern, Horn, and Eberhardt. 4 guards around a post. On the other side, not much different. Fauci, Saxton, Wagner, and Markey around Gingrich. So it's going to be an interesting look here tonight, and pretty good matchups around the floor.
You got 2 great matchups. I'm watching a matchup down in the post with Eberhardt and Gingrich. That will be a battle all night.
There you see Kevin Sheeler, and they remember that loss last season in the semifinals. They were smarted from that, and they're looking to atone for that. And you see the crowd here tonight, festive as we head toward Christmas.
That loss,
I'm down in the student section here, and I'm around a bunch of Santa's elves here. The student section for Cedar Crest or Central York came ready in their elf outfits.
So here we go. We're tipping it off, and the champions of Lancaster, Lebanon, champions of York have it underway. Right away they get it to Saxton. Just as we said, Sam, you see a lot of motion. There's Saxton with a long look just off the rim.
If you've never seen Central York play, you'll see a lot of passing, a lot of patience. They'll take their time and get the shot that they want every time.
Same thing with Cedar Crest. They're a team that likes to use a dribble drive a lot, come at you. Good kick for the right side, not going to go, and picked off there by Jared Wagner. Wagner brings it up himself. What they try to do, they'll put you to sleep. Pass, cut, screen, look for back doors. Just fundamental basketball.
And the second you get tired of defending, they'll begin to lay up.
Wagner, long shot, not going to go. Taken again there by Jimmy Kern, and Kern pushing it up the floor. Look for the side, not going to go. Off the hands of Eberhardt. Gingrich with the rebound. So both teams a little cold coming out of the gate. Saxton, nice pass underneath, and the foul called on the play.
I know on that last play, it looks like Andrew Eberhardt got a contact knocked out his eye. It looks like he's searching high and low for it.
So at the line is Charlie Gingrich for 2. Foul's going to be called on Nick Miller, his first, team first for the Falcons. So both teams going to the bench here just for the moment. As Eberhardt looking around for his contact. They got everybody out there, including Charlie Fortney. We get our camera down there. Search for the wily contact.
Charlie can't do it, no one can.
Marty Trimmer, the athletic director down there. Marty Trimmer, a pretty good player at his day too, Sam, here at Central York. Although he played over at the old Central York High School on George Street, just off George Street. It's right to your left, Marty. You can almost see something right there. It looks kind of like a glossy thing. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back. The search for the contact continues. You're watching High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Employee pricing is back at Jatchi and Bubba Buick with close to 300 vehicles available. Drive a 2014 Buick Enclave as low as $39,625. No down payment and financing as low as 0%. Employee pricing, it's back at Jatchi and Bubba Buick. Employee pricing is back at Jatchi and Bubba GMC with close to 300 vehicles available. Drive a new GMC Sierra Crew Cab as low as $35,221. No money down and financing as low as 0%. Employee pricing at Jatchi and Bubba GMC.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
And welcome back, and Eberhard has found his contact. And Charlie Fortney was really an instrumental part of that as Gingrich with his first point, the first points of the game, is Charlie down there with his ever-present flashlight. And so far, Charlie, that's the play of the game.
Well, and I wasn't the one that discovered the contact, but I'll take credit for being a part of the search committee.
Well, there you go, the search committee. I like that. Gingrich good with both, and it's 2-0 Central on the board first. So now we're back to what we came here for. See a lot of driving and then kicking out. Great example over there. A good shot by Horn, but not going to go, and taken back by Central.
As you look, there's two contrasting styles going on right now. You have a dribble drive motion going on by Cedar Crest, and if you just watch Central here, it's more of a pass and cut offense, which is opening lanes as well.
Oh, great block out of there by Horn. Well, the shot by Gingrich. You saw it try to take the baseline there, Jared Wagner, but he's going to get called for his first foul. It'll be the team first for Central, so both teams with one team foul in the book.
Now, I'm never one to to question the referee, but I thought that was good defense right there.
I'll try to keep chest up. Didn't quite have the baseline. Great drive here by Josh Booker. Good follow. And put away by Eberhard, who's back here and none the worse for wear after ever getting his contact back. He makes contact with the basket for two.
You can see the light.
I'll tell you what, guys, I wore contacts for years, and it's hard. It's hard after they dry out the way that one did to get it ready to put in.
Stole it away and put away as well. And it's going to be Horn once again. Horn, one of the co-captains, and a guy who will live in the memory of Central York fans for a long, long time. Cedar Crest up by two. Good pressure in the backcourt here by Josh Booker. Stolen again. Wagner gets it back. Wagner to Gingrich. Gingrich trying to force his way in. Gingrich takes it, fouls up again. And Gingrich is going to go over the back. They're going to call him for a foul. After the shot, Gingrich went up and then went over the back, and he picks up his first foul. Let's take a look at it.
I tell you what, Charlie Gingrich, you better be ready to fight and battle and scratch and claw down in that paint, because he's a tough kid. I really love the way he plays the game.
His first foul, team second against Central. Yeah, we liked Gingrich a lot last year. There's Horn. Horn penetrating, throw it outside. Good long kick to Booker. Booker can't find it. Central's got it back, and Wagner slowly brings it up the floor. And off his foot goes Wagner, and out. Hits Cedar Crest on the way out.
I agree with Josh Booker. Guys down here, that looked like it. To me, it looked like it went off Central York.
There you see some of the Cedar Crest faithful who are here tonight. One guy with an interesting haircut, right? Jared Wagner will inbound it for Central. All the way out to Fauci, and Fauci being tracked down there by Jimmy Kern. Fauci, little running one-hander. Bounces around, not going to go. Taken there by Markey. Good pass by Wagner. Wagner challenges Eberhard inside, and this time Gingrich wins the battle. He's got 4 points.
Great pump fake by Charlie there in the paint.
You mentioned 2 different styles, dribbling in like this and then kicking it back out. They love to do that. Ball tipped away for a moment, still going to be controlled by Miller, and they say no, it's going to be over and back. So first turnover now. 2 turnovers apiece in this one.
Yeah, that ball looked like it was tipped to me. Yeah, the Central player got his hands in there. It's 25, Markey. Well, referee saw a difference, so we're going down.
Over
Central's
back,
ball.
so Central gets it back. Wagner handling the basketball again. Wagner being really pressured hard by Booker. Booker trying to finish it off himself. Booker missed the layup, taken by Saxton. Saxton out ahead to Fauci. Ahead to Wagner. Wagner in for 2 and scores, and he's fouled in the play. Great job by Sam Saxton of getting that whole thing started. Here you see it. Saxton gets it ahead to Fauci. Fauci ahead to Wagner, and Wagner finishes it off. And he'll be fouled. The foul's going to be on Josh Booker. It'll be his first, team second.
That was a lot of hustle by Booker. He came down here, he got his steal. I mean, he got the steal. He pressured the ball, got a steal, missed his layup, and was the first guy back down the court to attempt to block the shot.
So Wagner finishes it off. 3 points in the game for Wagner. Central York leads 7-4. Here's Evan Horn again. Loves to drive and then get that kind of thing set up. He sets the rest of his teammates up so well. Look at a good box out by Fauci. Good rebound by Gingrich, and he'll stay with Central. Talk about Jared Wagner, number 24, has been handling the point pretty much so far for Central. The MVP in their Panther tournament to open up the season, scored a lot of points. He's named the MVP.
Very surprised by the amount of work that Wagner is doing with Fauci in the game and Saxton. They're pressuring him very hard. You would think another guy would come up and bring the ball up. So I'm sure they'll make an adjustment soon.
Another foul call there. On number 3, Fauci, his first, team third. The ball goes back to Cedar Crest. See Evan Horn, everything he does, penetration.
Yes, to the hole, to the hole.
A good tap again by Eberhardt. Getting inside for 2. Eberhardt with 4 points.
That's what you want. When your guards penetrate in the lane and get that ball up on the rim, you want your big guys crashing the boards on the backside.
Sam Saxton, tough shot. Eberhardt brings it down. Gets it ahead to Horn, and Horn's going to go hard to the basket, pull it back out, gets double teamed there.
Of course, Horn's going hard to the basket. That's what he does.
Long stroke. Not going to go. Jimmy Curd and make that Dominic Garloff into the game now, number 23. Garloff, a 5'9" guard. And Saxton yet to get on track. This is another running one-hander through the lane. So 7-6 with just 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And I don't think either team has really established the rhythm to this game yet, have they?
Not at all, not at all. I think they're still filling each other out right now.
Soren Croston there now, a 6'1" guard off the bench. Shot up, no good by Josh Booker. Taken again by Gingrich.
What you're seeing, guys, down here on the floor is you got Cedar Crest, the dribble drive kick, and you got Central York passing the ball several times for the open shots. 2 different styles. Both seem to work for both teams.
There's Jared Wagner with the long 3 after the penetration. So Central back up by 4. There's Horn again. Back to Booker. Big guy going again. Lays it in. And so far, Andrew Eberhardt is making that 6'6" frame well known on the floor, Sam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm enjoying the matchup. You got a little length and finesse against girth and toughness in the inside there with Eberhardt and Gingrich.
6-4. Eberhardt leading that matchup so far. There's Fauci. Fauci dishes it back out. Markey wide open for a 3. Markey buries it. Great job by Fauci of getting Markey open after the penetration.
He had his feet ready, his hands ready, and all he had to do was knock that shot down. All net. Nice shot.
Markey's dad, Brad Markey, an All-American player for F&M. Coached by Glenn Robinson, the winningest Division III coach in the country.
These guys are huffing and puffing already.
Early season, right?
Early season.
Not running enough laps for you. We kick it down now. It's taken down to about 16. They're going to start to move it in here about 11, and here we go.
All that adrenaline wore off. These guys are tired now. We have to close out the half. Let's see what happens.
Here goes Horn. You know, he's going to be driving hard. Horn's going to pull up. Horn off the iron. Taken down by Gingrich. Gingrich throws it out ahead. Stolen by Horn. He gets one last shot. No good, but that's the end of the first quarter. 13-8. Central leads here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Pac Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their retirement savings. Do you have a game plan for retirement? Steve Marazzo is a local advisor who listens and cares. No account too small or too large. Call Steve Marazzo at 717-564-6400 and ask about the free no-obligation retirement projection. Joe and Lana Oster, founders of Porky's Place Barbecue. Porky's is known for their years doing pig roast, local charities, and a regular at the York Fair where they are legendary for their homemade barbecue. Porky's does full-service catering and pickup. Come down to Porky's Barbecue at either the Lincoln Highway location or the Amish markets, or call to pre-order at 717-757-3101. Visit their website at porkysplacebbq.com. Joe and Lana are waiting for your call. Newgrounds Roasting Company is a family-owned and operated coffee shop located conveniently on West Market Street in downtown York, PA. They take roasting to heart, slow roasting their specially sourced beans right on site to deliver the perfect, consistent cup of coffee. To order online, visit newgroundscoffee.com or call 717-843-0716. At Lord Law, Jerry Lord is a skilled and experienced courtroom lawyer helping people and companies deal with criminal and traffic offenses for over 26 years. High School Sports Live thanks tonight's promotional partners, Game Time PA and York Daily Record.
Welcome back to Central York High School. Let's get down to Charlie Fortney, who's courtside with a pretty rowdy bunch there from Central.
Hey guys, I'm with the Santa Claus and his elves over here. They're going crazy, rooting the Central York team on, but I'll tell you, it's a battle under the basket. You guys were right earlier. Gingrich and Eberhard are going at it, but I'll tell you what, this student section is going at it. How about guys?
So there you have it, a wild bunch down there under the basket right now as the foul is going to be called. Is that on Booker?
I didn't get the name.
It's going to be John Booker, and if that's his second foul, check that. They're going to say no, it was not Booker. It was actually going to be number 20, and that'll be Jimmy Kern, his first foul, team third. And Central has the ball back. Sam Saxton trying to drive the lane.
Is it me or is it just like a boxing match in that first round where everybody's just filling each other out? You're just walking around the ring, throwing jabs, filling each other out. That's what this feels like.
Oh, I think you're exactly right. I think the two teams just feeling it out right now. And Markey, a little step away there by Markey and buries it. Make that Calvin Luckenball just into the game. Calvin Luckenball with the score there. Looks a lot like Markey. A lot of these guys look the same, don't they?
I wasn't going to say it.
Interchangeable parts there, Sam.
I wasn't going to say it. And it has a lot to do with the system, too. The system allows equal opportunity where everybody's doing almost the same thing.
Central, biggest lead so far. Great block. Knocked out of there by Griffin Harder just into the game, a 6'4 senior.
Where did he come from?
Griffin Harder, watch this. Coming across, straight up and swats it away, no doubt about it being clean, and Griffin Harder says, not my house. See the fans from Central like that. Don't know about the fashion statement there tonight with the red and white mixing with the orange and black, but I guess, hey, it works.
I think they're having an ugly Christmas sweater party.
Nice running one-hander that time by Jimmy Kern, his first deuce of the night. 15-10, Central leads. Fauci driving the lane, he'll be fouled. And it's going to be two shots. Well, it looked like Fauci was actually trying to dump the pass off there, but they're going to give him two.
There's a lot of emotion in this game. I can see it. I can feel it between the two teams.
Here you see Tommy Smith. He's the head coach for the Falcons. His first season, 4-18. 6-16 the next year. He built it slowly. But then he went to 16 wins in his third year, and last year 26. But the guy knows what he's doing. He's built a great program out there as Fauci's going to miss his first shot.
Talk about turning the program around. I was reading an article where Andrew Eberhard was just talking about just how the culture has completely changed. The only time the gym used to be packed is when they play Lebanon. Now it's every game.
There you get the drive to the basket and a foul call. It's going to be Dominic Garloff going hard to the basket. He gets taken down hard as well.
Garloff.
Foul there by Fauci.
Garloff is a tough kid. I don't think he started tonight, but I'm accustomed to seeing him starting with this unit. So they have a little extra firepower coming off the bench, which should be good for the Falcons.
The foul not called on. Fauci's just out of there. Got another sub in there. Brandon Schaefer. Both these teams not afraid to play a lot of kids. Brandon Schaefer, a 5'11 senior. First shot from Garloff is up and good.
I'm not sure I would make my free throw with those fans underneath the basket there.
Look at the focus. Look at the focus of this kid's face. Hey, he's ready for the postseason already. Dominic Karloff makes 2, pulls his team back to within 3 now. Remember last year, Central ran out and it looked like they were controlling the game the whole way. I think they're up by 9. Here's another turnover for Central.
Nice move.
Turnover by Central. And very quickly in is Ramey Ferreira, who scores. And so 1 point now, and again, Central's turnovers causing a problem here. They got 4 in the game.
That was a great move by the junior with the behind the back. Now he has a block. Cut the ball.
Griffin harder. Block. And thrown away eventually by Ferreira. So 3rd turnover now against the Falcons. But you remember last year, I think the Central was up by 9 at the half, something like that? Am I thinking of the correct?
I'm trying to remember. That was the West Shirt game here. That was a great game.
But I'm talking up at Hershey, yeah.
Yes.
They were controlling the game, and then Cedar Crest just came back. Had it all their way coming home. Wagner with the ball. Wagner in the lane. Not going to go. 1 shot done as Ferreira picks off the rebound. Good pressure in the backcourt by Calvin Luckenball. Calvin Luckenball is the guy they're looking to take over from Matt Clemens this year as kind of the defensive stopper.
You can see that.
Long look. Not going to go off the hands of Garloff. Back out to Jimmy Curd.
It looks like Cedar Crest has found their match for Charlie Gingrich.
You know what's interesting, though? When you take Evan Horde out of there, you don't get near the kind of penetration, although you did a baseline that time. Good work of getting the baseline and then touching it inside to Ferreira.
With a dribble drive motion, it requires you to get that ball in the paint, to penetrate and get your feet in that paint.
Second foul on Brandon Schaefer. It'll be the team 5th against Central. And here's Ferreira trying to tie it up. It does. Maybe Ferreira with 3 points off the bench.
He's come right in the game and made an impact.
Nathan Markey back into the game now for the Panthers. Ferreira 6'4", and he's got some girth on him. This is the second one. So we have a tie score here. Under 5 to play in the second quarter. Central and Cedar Crest, the 2 teams defending champions in their respective leagues, Lancaster, Lebanon, and York. Ball touched off Cedar Crest out of bounds and remained with Central.
Really enjoying the defensive pressure that Cedar Crest is applying to Central York right now. It's really disrupting their offense, but I can tell you the counter for that is back doors, which is something that Central does very well, so look out for one coming.
There you see Kevin Sheeler, who went to York Catholic and 4th year coaching here at Central. A nice job, Gingrich, to get him back in the inside and focus him. Gingrich with his 6th point of the game. Central back up by 2.
And I agree with you guys. The energy of the bench, Guerrera and Kintzer coming in, just lifting this team, and then now Horns back in. I mean, just the energy level from the bench has really helped Cedar Crest get in this game.
There's a drive by Soren Frost. It's going to be off the leg of Central defender out of bounds. Look at these 2 programs right now. You can see both these coaches really tried to develop length on their bench here early in the season. Also maybe tried to find the best lineup that fits together right now, Sam.
Yeah, they're definitely using the bench and keeping their players fresh. This is a big fight right here, a big game to say between these 2 teams, so you're going to need all your players.
Back into Gingrich. They're going to test out Everhart. Gingrich with a good up and under move, and Everhart's going to get called for the foul.
Can't play better defense than that right there. Big guy standing there with his hands up, but when you're making all that contact in the lane, it's a good chance the referee might blow his whistle.
So the last 2 possessions, you can see where Central wanted to go. Every time isolated in on that matchup we said was so important, Gingrich and Everhart. Everhart with his first foul, team 5th. So both teams with 5 team fouls.
Overall, pretty clean game, guys, down here. The way, as hard as both teams are playing, they only have 5 fouls each, not in the bonus at this point. Well played game so far.
Gingrich makes both. Gingrich now with 8 points here in the first half. 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Central 5 out of 7 from the line. 2 misses by Fauci, the only 2. There's Horn. Eberhardt gets it just for a moment, and they're going to lose it out of bounds. So another turnover for Cedar Crest. Horn with kind of a wild drive that time, but again, Horn likes to get it north and south. Tip for the backcourt. Back to Cedar Crest. 5th turnover now for Central. Long look by Bucher, not going to go. And it'll be off the leg of Central, out of bounds. Should belong to Cedar Crest. Here you go. Good steal from behind. And again, Josh Bucher with those quick hands. Bucher really keeps the defensive pressure on very, very well.
He does. He does. I mean, their guards are very good at pressuring the ball, and I think that's how you go at Central York.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Wagner is having a tough time, and it's going to be a foul again in the backcourt. Should be called on Mark Kinzer.
I feel like they've done a good job of scouting, because it seems like it's when Wagner's in the game that the pressure is getting kicked up a little bit. When Fauci was in, they were there. When Sam was handling the ball, Saxton, they were fine. But when Wagner's in, they're really pushing up on him.
First foul against Mark Kinzer, the 5'11 senior. Back inside again to Gingrich. And Gingrich taking that dribble out of bounds. 6th turnover now against Central. 4 on the other side for Cedar Crest. Don't forget, we've got the Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships halftime shootout coming up. One lucky student's going to have a chance to win an iPad mini by making a half-court shot. Charlie will be down on that one. The ball loose and should be off. Central will stay with Cedar Crest.
A lot of contact on that last jump shot there in the corner.
We'll also have the Ambassador Advisors halftime report and the Porky's Place Barbecue halftime stats. So a lot going on here.
Good, guys. I'm hearing good things about Porky's Barbecue. That might be my place to stop after one of these games here in York.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Joe Oster and his wife Alana over there, they have the best barbecue around there. I can attest to that. Every day a very great special down there. So Porky's Barbecue is the place to go, and you're going to get a charge on this one.
Great call.
Yeah, Gary, I was reading that they're one of the leaders in catering in the area, so good point taken on Porky's Barbecue.
Well, you see the drive here by Josh Bucher, and he just went up in the air, and he was helpless. It's going to be the charge. His second, team 7th now against the Falcons. And I'll tell you what else they do there, Charlie. They make their own sauces as well. So great place to go for barbecue. Every day open from Tuesday through Saturday, like 11 to 5 o'clock.
They're also legendary at the York Fair.
Yes, they are. Have to ask about a mountain pie sometime. Another turnover here for Central.
Hey, guys, back to basketball. One thing I don't know if you guys have noticed tonight, but the closeout defense, low to the ground, slight defense of the guards has to be something Cedar Crest practices. Sam, I know you teach a lot of kids how to get low on defense, but they've really got their hands on a lot of crossovers tonight. What do you think, Sam?
They're exceptional on defense, and I think that's what's going to bring this team success. Because I keep watching, and they're getting steals, they're getting their hands on balls, they're boxing out, they're rebounding. This is a very good team.
And look at Eberhardt, 2 possessions out of 3. Just good positioning in Gingrich. 2 times out of 3 possessions dribbles off his foot out of bounds.
Both times Gingrich dribbled it off his foot. You're right, and Eberhardt holding his spot. You don't want your big man to have to take a lot of dribbles to get to the basket.
Great screen and roll.
Good drive to the basket. Going to get a foul on the play here. So again, that penetration, that dribble drive penetration we talk about. Foul be marked up on Central B against Sam Saxon. That'll be his first. Team 6th. At the line is Nick Miller. Nick Miller, by the way, the best free throw shooter on the team last year at 81.4%. It shows you why right there. Tickles the twine. There's a term you don't hear anymore. Tickle the twine.
Tickles the twine.
Maybe a little dated.
A little bit. It's okay.
What's the way we say it today now?
Nothing but net,
Thank
all
you.
net. I know I hear some of my little kids in the gym, they say chicken. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know what that's about.
When they shoot it, they say chicken.
Son of a gun. I get lost in all this stuff. 8 turnovers now for Central in this game, 5 for Cedar Crest. Central leads by 3. Get down underneath the 2-minute mark now. Markey, pretty good look at three. Bounces around, Gingrich gets it back. Gingrich puts it away on the stick back, and he'll be fouled. Didn't have to put it on the floor that time, just got it and put it back off the glass.
Eberhard has a chance, has a much better chance to guard him when he catches in the post. However, right here, he's a load coming for those rebounds.
You see, he never really gets a good hard body on Gingrich, and instead gets his second foul, and that'll be the team 8 now against Cedar Crest. So Gingrich, who's not missed at the line, steps in again here.
Guys, watch out for Uncle Mo, Uncle Momentum, and no way Cedar Crest wants to let Central York build this lead going into halftime.
Right now they have that lead of 5 points. Horn tried to toss it back inside to Miller, nothing doing.
That's great help defense. That backside was well prepared for that pass.
Oh. Back out in the hands of Garloff, and then back up to Evan Horn. Baseline. Little kiss and roll off the hands of Jimmy Kern, and Jimmy Kern with his 4th point of the night. Pulls the lead back to 3 now by Central.
If you're gonna beat Cedar Crest, you have to keep Evan Horn out the lane. But good luck with that task, because he's getting it up.
How about Wagner on a little running one-hander? Jared Wagner in the book now. This shot quickly on the other end. Wagner gets it back. Fauci. Ahead to Markey. Pick and roll, not going to go. 9th turnover of the night. Horn going up hard, and Horn does what he does best, putting it away for 2. Horn with 4 points here in the first half. Lead cut back to 3.
That's that defense we talked about.
They're everywhere. I'd like to know how many turnovers they have right now with the amount of steals that Cedar Crest is racking up.
9 turnovers thus far in the game for Central. A lot of turnovers in the first half for a team that prides itself on passing the ball and taking care of it. Here's making 10 right here. Horn's going to get it. Horn's going to put it away. Horn pulls his team to within 1. 10 turnovers here in the first half for Central. They're going to get a long shot to end the half, and it's buried by Sam Saxton, who puts it away and takes momentum into the locker room with his team, Central, here at the half. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back with the Ambassador Advisors halftime report, the Jack G. and Balvo Family of Dealerships halftime shootout, and an interview with Matt Gould of Game Time PA Sports, all here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Fans after the cheerleaders are on the court. Robert Ruby.
And you can see it.
Well, it's time now to get down to Charlie Fortney with our Jack G. and Balvo Family of Dealerships halftime shootout. Charlie?
Okay. We're here live for the Jack G. and Balvo Family of Dealerships halftime shootout. Our first shooter is going to be Tasia Brown. Let's give it up for Tasia Brown. If Tasia Brown can make a half-court shot, and this is possible, Tasia, you can jump over the line. You can jump over the line. You just have to shoot it from behind the line. You win a free iPad Mini. Let's give it up for Tasia. Oh, let's give Tasia. Let's actually cheer. Let's cheer for Tasia. Good try, Tasia. Okay, Robert Ruby, the dad of one of the players. Let's give it up for Robert Ruby. I think this guy has a shot. Let's give it up. Free iPad Mini. Here we go. That looks good. Oh, okay. All right, guys, let's give it up for our 2 participants here. That does it for the Jack G. and Balvo Family of Dealerships halftime shootout.
I'll tell you what's interesting. Robert Ruby, that just shot right there, Bob Rudy, played for me in like 7th and 8th grade basketball back in the early 70s, mid-70s. And he now is a heck of a golfer. He's the club champion over at Royal Manchester Golf Club, which is about 10 minutes from here. He was a club champion this year, the Open champion. The guy is unbelievable. Great golfer. But obviously his shooting skills have diminished over the years, Sam. What do you think?
I don't know anything about golf, but I do know about half-court shots, and that wasn't close.
Well, I'll tell you, he puts it in the hole with a lot smaller ball, but, you know, that big one right there, maybe he needs to go back and brush up a little bit on what I taught him shooting when he was a kid. Great guy. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships is proud to support High School Sports Live. And we've been serving Central PA for over 93 years. We have everything that you're looking for. Great customer service, great pricing and selection, an excellent service department for the life of your vehicle. All at the Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike Mechanicsburg and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 93 years.
Karen, I give you this ring.
Lance, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Living Well with a Disability is a free source for anyone with any type of disability. We provide countless resources and endless opportunities to live your best.
You really are living well.
Call 1-877-2-LIVE-WELL to discover resources available for you.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
Employee pricing is back at Jatchi and Bubba Buick with close to 300 vehicles available. Drive a 2014 Buick Enclave as low as $39,625. No down payment and financing as low as 0%. Employee pricing, it's back at Jatchi and Bubba Buick. Employee pricing is back at Jatchi and Bubba GMC with close to 300 vehicles available. Drive a new GMC Sierra Crew Cab as low as $35,221. No money down and financing as low as 0%. Employee pricing at Jatchi and Bubba GMC.
Welcome back to our Ambassador Advisors halftime report. Don't forget, dream more, plan more, do more with Ambassador Advisors. Gary Sutton, and I'm up here with Matt Gould from Game Time PA, and an outstanding sports writer here in the York area, and Game Time PA, where I get a lot of information about what's going on in the York Area League. And, of course, we're streaming this year on Game Time PA live. It's also, we appreciate that, guys.
Seems like streaming everywhere.
We're streaming everywhere. We're on TV all the time. But, Matt, just a few thoughts about the first half here, what you saw from Central and Cedar Crest. Certainly a great rematch from last year's district semifinal. Not as much on the line right now, but if you're Central, they ended your season last year. They really put a damper and sent you down the tubes.
Well, first, let's start with Cedar Crest. One thing I like is they're really forcing turnovers, forcing issues. And Central's got 11 turnovers at halftime. Those are all forced. On the other side of the ball, a lot of Central's turnovers and their miscues aren't really forced, and that's the difference on the perimeter. But inside, Charlie Gingrich, 11 rebounds in the first half. I mean, they're pretty even there, but he is really balancing things out for his Panthers.
One of the things I've noticed, though, is where Eberhard keeps him off the baseline and Gingrich got to do any kind of dribbling. We had two dribbled off the foot out of bounds, two of those turnovers you were talking about. When you look at the season coming up here in the York Area League, and you covered that an awful lot, York High, obviously one of the teams ranked out in the state. They were the district champion last year. They weren't the team that most York Countyans thought would be district champions. They thought it might be the Central team who was number one going into the district. But York High coming out, we remember the great shot by Chris Johnson to beat this Cedar Crest team for the championship. They're ranked 7th right now in the Penn Live poll. But where do you see York High right now this season?
You know, I think this is going to take some time for them. I mean, they do have 5 starters back, but the key thing is they have 2 new point guards. C.J. Boxley, who transferred in from York Suburban, and also Montrell Morgan, who guided New Hope Academy to a single-A district title last year. So, I mean, those 2 guys running the point a lot. It's going to take some time for them, especially playing against smaller schools previously in their career. Have to play those Quad A teams. I got to see it against Reading High on Saturday night, and you could see a little difference for them there. Although Sam Sutton pointed out to me, you know, that they play a lot of AAU ball against a lot of big-time opponents, so it shouldn't take them long, I think, to adjust.
Well, there you go. Well, Matt, it's always good having you up here on the deck. Thanks so much. We're looking forward to reading all you have to write out there. Game Time PA. Matt Gould, one of the guys you're going to read all the time. You can find your particular area right there on Game Time PA. Again, don't forget we stream our games on Game Time PA live. Matt, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Gary.
Matt Gould up here on the deck with us at the halftime. We're getting ready to start the second half, and Sam Sutton's going to slide back in here as Cedar Crest and Central come back out. Central leading 26-22 here at the half, but an uneasy lead at that. Cedar Crest will get the ball first, and there you see Joe Fauci over there, former point guard for York Catholic, and right next to him, Kevin Sheeler, the head coach. And Cedar Crest starts the second half down 4 points. Again, looking to drive baseline, kick it to the corner, and then you get a look there from Horn. Horn does not like to shoot that three. He loves to go to the drive, Sam, but stays away pretty much from the three-point shot. Look how tight the defense is inside for Central York.
He's a smart basketball player. He plays his strengths, which is getting the lane.
And there he pulls up with a shot. Gingrich with his 12th rebound in the game, and he's going to get fouled, and it's going to be a big foul because it's Eberhardt on his third foul right here at the beginning of the third quarter.
Got to be smart when you have 2 fouls. Your team needs you there as a senior captain.
So 11 rebounds now for Gingrich.
But a guy like Charlie Gingrich, who's battling with you the whole game, will pull you into that scrapping match.
We've got Markey bringing the ball up now. It's guarded by Nick Miller, trying to get a little different matchup, maybe take some of the heat off Wagner. And Wagner, who was challenged the whole first half by Josh Bucher. There's Wagner again. There's that drive we talked about. A running shot by Wagner, and it's good.
You just felt like it wasn't going to be too long before he started getting in some sort of offensive rhythm. And we've yet to hear a lot from Sam Saxton as well.
Jared Wagner now with 10 points on the night. Here goes Horn. Horn passing, kicking it back out, sets up Bucher for the shot. Not going to go. And the ball goes back to Central York.
To build off the point that Charlie just made about Sam Saxton, we talked earlier before the game. It really feels like he's at a point in his career, his high school career with his team, that he's allowing the other guys to get going first.
There you saw the matchup. Again, Josh Bucher. Josh Bucher is going to pick up the foul. And if I have it correct, Booker's third foul. And that's exactly what it is. And very quickly, 2 fouls against Cedar Crest to start third quarter. You see Tommy Smith over on the far side there. What a year he had last year. Got his team to the second round of states. Won their first state game in second round. But I saw his players this year talk about not losing at all. You can do that early part of the season, right?
Yes, sir.
So we had 11 turnovers officially in the first half. We now have 1 more here for Central, make it 12 as they start the second half. Long look from the far corner, not going to go. Going to be off Central. Stay underneath now with Horn inbounding to play.
It's a matter of time before the three-pointers start falling for Cedar Crest. So I guess they're sitting in a good space, being only down 6 right now.
No threes so far for Cedar Crest, 2 for Central. So a good look at Kevin Sheeler on the side. Kevin Sheeler, one of those guys as a coach, and he's got that boyish look. He could be playing as well as coaching right now. He's got that look, but don't get fooled. The guy knows basketball. Cedar Crest with their 6th turnover of the game, taken by Wagner. Wagner back outside to Saxton. Here's Saxton baseline. Saxton up and good. Nice pass for Wagner to Saxton. Saxton with his 5th point of the night. And timeout on the floor for Tommy Smith. Central leads by 8. We'll take one as well on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
National conventions. Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Central has pushed out to an 8-point lead. They led by 4 at the half. And so far here in the second half, Cedar Crest is scoreless, Sam Sutton. Now let's go down to the baseline. We got Charlie Fortney down there. Charlie, what are you seeing here to start the third quarter?
I'll tell you what, it's an important time for Cedar Crest. They're going to need to get some points on the board here, and someone for Cedar Crest going to have to assert themselves, because if they don't, they're at home against Central York, and Sam Sutton will tell you, down here in York, home court advantage means a lot, especially when you got players like Wagner and Gingrich and Saxton, who still needs to get going. You add Saxton's second half points, this could be tough on Cedar Crest if they don't start doing something right away.
So Cedar Crest with the ball, down by 8. Tommy Smith with a timeout. Ferreira into the game, and Ferreira tries to maybe do a little bit too much, is off balance, his second turnover, so things not starting well in the second half for the Falcons.
Got a little rough in there. He might have got tripped on that last play.
Markey inbounds the ball to Fauci. They're taking Wagner off bringing the ball up court. Wagner was really being challenged by Booker. Booker now with 3 fouls on the bench. And the foul's going to be called again against Cedar Crest here.
A lot of whistles to get the second half started.
Yeah, very choppy start here to the third quarter. And it's really kind of taking some of the energy out of the gym at the moment as well, as Dominic Garloff is going to pick up his second foul. Rebound by Gingrich again. Gingrich with his 13th rebound of the night, an offensive one, and he's fouled. And it may be Garloff again with his third. Gingrich reigning terror down there with the rebound into the inside. They'll go back to the line. Central 5 of 8 in the first half of the free throw line. Gingrich's first one is up and good.
Listen, this summer I heard so many stories about Charlie Gingrich on the AAU circuit, competing against 6'8", 6'9" guys, and really just chopping them down. He's the animal on the inside.
Got 11 points in this game, making a dozen now as he buries the second one. So Charlie Gingrich, 6 of 7 for the line so far tonight. And Central with their biggest lead out to 10, although quick drive back down there, and it's going to be Garloff, or make that Jimmy Kern rather. Jimmy Kern will get in there for his first deuce of the evening.
A guy like Charlie Gingrich will make a Messiah College or a Lev Val happy and around the basket. The guy that can play big like that at 6'4", geez, D3 dream.
Let me correct myself. Kern with 6 points tonight. Saw the miss by Wagner for the far corner. Cedar Crest gets it back. Evan Horn with the drive. Taken away by Ferrara. Ferrara just did that with power, and Ferrara with 5 points down the game off the bench. Nice job by Rainey Ferrara. So quickly, Cedar Crest answers with 4 straight points of their own. Good pressure by Soren Frost out there again on Wagner. Wagner driving hard to the basket, not going to get it. Taken by Nick Miller. Cedar Crest on the run. Horn's got it. Horn trying to make something happen, and does. Goes hard to the glass. And the bucket's going to be good, and a foul as well. Evan Horn doing what he does well is lead his team. He's got 8 points. Take a look at this. Shoot going up through contact. Sam Sutton's face just lit up.
Listen, when I was young, I was a huge Rod Strickland fan. I'm not saying Evan Horn is a Rod Strickland, but he's a Rod Strickland-like player. Rod Strickland lived in the lane, and it's just hard to keep the kid out. And then he finishes. He's strong. I love it.
I was just talking to Marty Trimmer, the athletic director, guys down here on the floor, and we're talking about how the Cedar Crest looks like a bunch of cornerbacks on the football team out there.
There you see it again. The foul's going to be on Saxton. His second, by the way, team first in the second half. 14 fouls in the second half so far against Cedar Crest. There is Saxton. Saxton kicks it back out. Nothing going. Now you get Markey. Markey pretty good from there. Markey buries another three. Nathan Markey with his second three of the game. And back up to 6 points goes the lead for the Panthers.
Now the son of Brad Markey, who didn't miss too many three-point shots in his day.
Brad Markey might have been one of the best guards in the open court you ever saw play. Only won about 5'10", but I'll tell you what, the guy with the open court looked like he had eyes in the back of his head, as Griffin Harder is going to get called for the foul for Central. And heading to the line is Ramey Ferreira. Again, I like what Ramey Ferreira's giving him off the bench.
He's been excellent for them off the bench. He's come in, he's battled, he's competed on the boards, he's gotten rebounds, he's knocking down free throws too. So
there you go. Ferreira 2 for 3 for the line so far tonight. He's got 6 points in this one.
he's picked up right where where Eberhard has left off, and he's actually taken Eberhard's position from last year, coming off the bench as a post guy.
4 points in the second half, 7 in the game. As they cut the lead back to 4. This game is so similar to the district semifinal last year, the way it's being played.
It is.
There's maybe a poor choice from Fauci, trying to shoot it amongst the trees, and Cedar Crest gets it back. It's blocked down.
We can only wish for a same ending or a similar ending.
Get a similar ending, I think you'd be happy. The ball shoved underneath there by Ferrara. He finds Soren Frost. Soren Frost is going to be fouled. So Soren Frost heads to the line, the 6'1" senior guard. Foul's going to be called on Nathan Markey. It'll be his first, team third. So Frost at the line, and Frost misses off the front of the iron.
After this past summer with the U.S. Olympic team, I guess, going out and play, one thing I noticed is that a lot of players took note to Kenneth Fareed, his hustle, and it's become a skill now. And I think Ferreira displays that, showing a very high skill level in the hustle department.
Well, he sure does. He's one of those blue-collar kind of guys you love. Central goes back into their motion.
Because stats aren't kept in that department, a lot of time those players, their efforts are lost.
That's more like Central basketball there, although it's knocked away. Nice tip away, and then Ferreira again on the inside, not going to get it. Taken by Brandon Schaefer into the game for the Panthers. 4-point lead right now for Central York. Saxton double T. See if they get back into that motion. They showed us a moment ago. There's Fauci on a running one-hander, and Fauci will not go. The foul will be called. And it looks like it's going to be against, we're going to wait and see.
Sam
be against Kobe Bolanos.
Sorry about that, Gary. Sam Satton's holding his left wrist. I don't know if he hurt himself, but he's rubbing that left wrist. He just got subbed out, so let's keep an eye on that one. At 1:59 in the third, Sam Saxon goes out with a slight injury.
Looked like a funny bone because he was rubbing that elbow, then he went down to the wrist and the pinky. It's one of those things you got to shake out.
Don't forget, you can tweet us at High School Sports Live. That's hashtag HSS Live as well. High School Sports Live, and I know Sam's on board with all that stuff tonight, man. He's
we're always tweeting around here.
That's exactly right. So 37-31 as Fauci's going to make both. He's 2 of 4 from the line tonight. Back up to 6 points, goes lead. Here's Horn.
Wow.
What a move by Horn. Wow. Horn only a junior, but plays like a senior captain. 11 points now for Evan Horn in this one.
Horn just became that much more exciting to me. He's only a junior, Gary?
Another long look. This one from Schaefer, not going to go. Taken by Gingrich and back up, another rebound by Charlie Gingrich. And Gingrich puts it back for his 14th point.
They're going to have to find a way to keep him off the offensive glass if they want to win this game.
It's a guy who used to play for the Sixers many, many years ago named Moses Malone, who said every rebound up there is mine. And you're kind of reminded of that, the way Gingrich plays, is every rebound up there belongs to me. Good pressure here. Comes Horn. He's going to go driving. Horn off the glass again, and Horn's starting to take over right now for Cedar Crest. He's got 7 points in the second half, 13 in the game.
When you play a 2-3 zone, the goal is to keep everybody out the lane. However, Evan Horn is still there.
You can't give him any seam at all. And Nick Miller back down the floor, gets the ball for Cedar Crest and buries it. And by the way, we know our halftime shootout was not up on the air. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so when we come back, we're going to have a little kind of a post-game on that. We'll get you a little bit of a review of what all happened. Our Jack Tiabalvo halftime shootout. Oh, good move by Wagner. Wagner, one more little tasty move. Can't get it to go, though, and Wagner, I think that Gingrich comes down and ties it up. Ball is going to belong to
You had a guy wide open in the corner there. I thought if he'd have pitched that out to the corner, they might have ended the quarter like they had ended the last one with the open 3.
The ball stays with Central here. You have a pretty good chance maybe he's going to screen across here, maybe try to get Gingrich. Instead out to Wagner. Wagner with a pullback shot at the end of the quarter, not going to go. 39-37, Central York leads here at the end of the third quarter. And we're going to take you back to our Jack Giambalvo halftime shootout. Here it was. And our first young lady, a cheerleader there, Tasha Brown was her name. And then Bob Ruby, club champion in golf. And, well, he had
it lined up.
He had it lined up. But see, you'd expect that from a guy who plays golf. You got to get that putt lined up. You got to get the shot lined up. And there was Bob Ruby, and he walks off the court and says, I could have been a champion.
Hey,
right?
Gary, I hope that isn't a reflection of your coaching there.
Hey, you know what? I taught him how to shoot it straight. I didn't say anything about, I always said don't go out the half court to shoot the shot either. But a lot of fun. And thanks so much to Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships for the sponsoring the halftime shootout. Back down to Charlie there and his comments about the halftime shootout. Charlie?
Oh, it was exciting. We had Tasha Brown, a cheerleader. She made a valiant effort. She did the old baseball toss to try to make it. And then Bob Ruby felt the pressure, Gary, not only because you were talking about him on the air and his background, but he has a son playing on the JV team, so what kind of pressure is that?
Yeah,
he was a good sport about it. We had a few laughs afterwards. I actually gave him my earpiece, Gary, so he could listen in and hear you talking about him. It was kind of a treat for him.
Exactly right. Of course, we're here at Central York, home of the 2014 boys volleyball champions. They are well known for their volleyball prowess over the years. Started way back in the 70s by a guy named Bruce Kohler and his wife, and they just built this thing into a dynasty. Now Brad Livingston, who is the head coach there.
It's safe to say York County is known for volleyball now. We had 2 state champions this year.
Well, Northeastern was the other one in AA, and the two of them put on a clinic for boys volleyball. You're exactly right. Stolen away here. Third turnover now of the second half for Cedar Crest, and Central gets it back, and they've got a 2-point lead with 7:38 to go in this game. And guys, it looks like we've got the same kind of one coming down the stretch here that we had in the semifinals back in districts. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Employee pricing is back at Jack Giambalvo Buick with close to 300 vehicles available. Drive a 2014 Buick Enclave as low as $39,625. No down payment and financing as low as 0%. Employee pricing, it's back at Jack Giambalvo Buick. Employee pricing is back at Jack Giambalvo GMC with close to 300 vehicles available. Drive a new GMC Sierra Crew Cab as low as $35,221. No money down and financing as low as 0%. Employee pricing at Jack Giambalvo GMC.
Charlie Fortney, who was in the central huddle there during the timeout. Charlie?
Yeah, and everybody wonders why Coach called it stop the fast break there. Here's why. He said he wants that ball going inside. He wants the team to be patient. He wants to keep control of this game. He wants to go to the hole or get it inside, work off of Gingrich.
We ended up, if you remember, the semifinal game last March, making bad choices down the lane. Long shot to the outside, buried by Brandon Schaefer. Brandon Schaefer with his first points of the night. They couldn't have come a bigger time here for Central. 42-37, they lead, 7:10 to go.
Hey, Coach Sam, I know you appreciate this. Coach shakes his head. Well, that wasn't the game plan, but I'll take that 3 any day.
No. Yes, great shot. That's how that usually goes.
That's what. I wish we had a shot at the coach. He shook his head, but then he looked at his bench and was laughing.
And Brandon Schaefer gets hit with his third foul. It'll be the team fifth now, or make the team fourth against the Panthers. 5 team fouls on the other side of things for Cedar Crest. Back in the game now is Andrew Eberhard. Let's see what he's able to do. Another steal.
Patience. Very good. Wagner.
Lucky Ball is an athlete, man.
There again, Wagner with kind of a tough pass, tipped out of bounds. Turnovers have turned around here in the second half. 5 in the first half for Cedar Crest. 11 turnovers for Central in the second half. 1 for Central. 4 for Cedar Crest. You see over there on the side is Kevin Sheeler. Back inside to Gingrich. Gingrich. Back out. Wide open shot again. It's another 3. Yes! And it's buried by Brandon Schaefer again, who's got the hot hand. 2 straight trays.
Sure, Coach Schroeder didn't shake his head on that one.
Gingrich saved that when he was falling out of bounds. And he just dished it back outside, and Schaefer with 2 straight threes.
Cedar Crest needs somebody to step up.
Booker Hard drive, going to draw the foul from Gingrich.
Little body contact there.
Gingrich's clean up top, not so much down below. Take a look, Brandon Schaefer. This is not the play out of the timeout, but Brandon Schaefer buries it. There's the first one. The second one comes up as kind of a save situation from Gingrich, throws back out to Schaefer. Schaefer says, thank you very much, I'll take that, and knocks it down again. 8-point lead for Central. You can see Kevin Sheeler teaching all the time. Over there with his assistants, Christian Weigman, the JV coach. Also, Joe Fauci. Both shots up and good. Central leads by 7 points, 6:12 to go in this one. Not the kind of crowd reaction tonight that we had at Hershey. We would expect that. Pass thrown away again here. Second turnover in the second half for Central. Saxton gets it back. Saxton on the run. To Schaefer. Schaefer up 4-2. No good, but he's going to be fouled.
There was a serious attack on the rim by Charlie Gingrich there. Man, these kids are playing hard tonight.
You see again, the pass going up is Schaefer, not going to get it. Going to be fouled by Nick Miller. Nick Miller with his second foul will be the team's 6th.
Central smells blood in the water. It seems like they're trying to seize the moment right now.
That'll be the 7th point here of the fourth quarter for Brandon Schaefer. He had not scored in the game, and now 7 points in the fourth quarter, looking for number 8, and a 10-point lead for the Panthers, and it's in and out.
The Central York Panthers are trying to erase that nightmare from Hershey.
A nice look to the outside. Kissed off there by number 5. That's Soren Frost. And Soren Frost with his first 3 of the night, his first points of the night. A timeout called by Central will take one as well. 46-41 on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Financial player of the game will be announced a little bit later. We're not quite sure who that's going to be just yet. We'll have to get the votes in from Charlie and Sam and myself. You know, we have a great plaque this year we give out to our players of the game, and very, very nice. And don't forget our Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships post-game report. We'll be bringing that to you as well. All here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Central leads 46-41, 5:43 to play. Let's go back down to the floor to Charlie Fortney.
Hey guys, over here in the huddle with Cedar Crest, you know, you can just guess what the conversation was about. It was like, guys, 5:43. We got to get with it here. We got to pick up full court, man to man, and we got to want this game. We got to put our heart on the floor and leave it out there. Let's see how that bids out for Cedar Crest.
They certainly did that back in March. You see the pressure here on Wagner. Hooker has been on Wagner all night long, and Wagner again with a running one-hander. Not exactly the shot you'd think you'd want to get. Gingrich with the rebound, and I think they're going to get Warren.
No, they got a jump ball there.
Jump ball there.
Central ball.
So the central ball underneath, but a little surprised at the shot here out of the timeout by Wagner, off balance. And that's just not what we saw last year from Central basketball. Ball third in bounds, thrown away. Third turnover now for Central in the second half.
Charge. Give it up, big fella. Give it up.
Andrew Eberhardt had a 3-on-1 and tried to take it himself, and fourth foul. And so now, guess where the ball is going to go when you're Central coming back down?
Right to Gingrich. However, he's going to the bench. You bang knees there.
There you go.
A lot of times, some big guys get frustrated because we yell, give it to the guard, give it to the guard. It's not because you can't dribble big guys. Sometimes the guard just make the better decision.
But you know what? Lurking in the side of every big guy is a point guard's heart, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And again, another throwaway for Central. And we saw this at the end of the game in March where they threw it away, and they've thrown it away 3 times here in the last 6 possessions. You can see Kevin Sheeler getting that little look of worry on his face. Watch again. Tough pass, just right off the hands.
I can imagine their next few practices are going to all involve a lot of pressure and handling the ball.
So a 5-point lead with 5:10 to go. Cedar Crest trying to climb the mountain again. Here's Horn. You're going to see Horn start to go to the basket here in a moment. Central doing a good job of tightening up the seams there, not letting them get a good seam to drive. Long pass quarter. Another good drive, blocked inside. Gingrich with another rebound.
There's Horn.
Another turnover.
There's
Horn again, and Horn with a score.
He's a relentless basketball player.
He really is, at just the heart and soul of this club. Let's take it down to Charlie Fortney.
Yeah, I'm down here with the trainer and Andrew Eberhardt. Guys, this is a left ankle turn. I don't know if we're going to see him coming back in the game. It's going to be up to Horn and company to blow some shots in the basket, because this guy, Eberhardt, I don't think he's coming back in. He's hurt.
I'll tell you what, Horn doing the job right now as he makes the free throw there. 10 points in the second half for Horn, 16 in the game. And he's pulled his team back within 2. Another turnover, 6 down. And quickly, coming all the way back down, they get the ball inside to Ferreira. And here it is again. Cedar Crest has taken the lead with another run. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
As you can see, last year, I was just a little kid. Advanced Hoop shows me and my friends dribbling, shooting, and defense. Our favorite game is dribbling knockout and shooting knockout. Advanced Hoops!
Join us for our Christmas clinic and winter skill builders for ages 5 to 14. Register online or call today.
And there you see the Central fans, not with happy smiles on their face they had a moment ago. They just saw a 10-point lead evaporate in no time. And we've got it tied up right here, 46-46. Actually had Cedar Crest going ahead there by 1, but it's 46-46. And how about Evan Horn and his leadership here? Second half, he's got 10 points so far, 16 in the game, and he has done what he does all the time, takes over this team, Sam Sutton.
He is relentless defensively, offensively, toughness. I like that kid. Definitely probably be a candidate for player of the game.
Sam Saxton back in there, and he has not touched the ball enough tonight from where I'm sitting. I know he's been bothered by an ankle. Charlie Fortney can tell us about that in a moment. Here's Markey bringing it up court.
I think Sam Sutton's right. Eberhardt went up to the coach and said, I'm going back in. And well, the way he was gimping around on that and the way he was grimacing on the ground, I would have never thought. But I think he made it back in this game. He let the coach know he's ready.
Another tough drive by Schaefer, blocked out of there by Cedar Crest. They have a chance to take the lead now. They were down by 10 just a moment ago. Here goes Horn. Long look, outside, not going to go. Tipped around. Who's going to control it? Cedar Crest is going to keep it underneath. And Josh Cooper had a good look, and now the official turns it around and says, no, it's going to belong to Central.
I was right here. I'd love to see a replay, but I'm not in a position. I think it was the other way. I think it was Cedar Crest ball. Tell me what you think, guys.
Well, let's take a look at it here. Batted around. And
jump ball at best, Charlie.
Yeah, it was.
At best, a jump ball.
Tough to tell on that one.
Give it to the home team, boys.
So how about Sam Saxton getting the ball here down the stretch?
Well, you have to know, one thing to know, Sam Saxton had surgery this fall. So he's a little late getting back in shape and stuff. He might just be finding his legs right now.
On a good cut to the weak side by Jared Wagner. And Wagner gets in the books for his 12th point. Back up by 2, go the Panthers. 3:20 to play. And you're going to get a charge this time on Evan Horn. And Horn with his 4th foul of the night as he puts that arm out.
I didn't have a charge there. I'm sorry, Gary.
Well, and it's not a charge in my book, and I was about 20 feet away from it.
And I am incorrect there. I was looking up at another column. It's the first foul tonight on Horn, so Horn's still with plenty to go here. But the charge called nevertheless. Here's Saxton now. Saxton against Horn. What a great matchup that is. Wagner back to Saxton. Does he knock it down? Off the front of the iron. Taken by Gingrich again. Another rebound. And Gingrich is going to get fouled. You got Ferrara or you've got Booker. If it's Booker, it's going to be his fourth.
When you go into someone's house, you have to beat them.
Take a look at this. Here's Gingrich just going up after it. Saxton with a pretty good look. Booker reaching in there. There you see him getting him on the arm, and Booker's going to pick up his fourth foul. It'll be the team's 9th. So at the line is Charlie Gingrich. Has missed one there. He's 6 of 7 so far tonight.
Well, Andrew Eberhardt was inserted back in by Coach Tom Smith. Let's see how that plays out.
So Gingrich misses it. So it stays a 2-point lead now for Central, 2:58 to play, and hope springs eternal now for Cedar Crest. This game is so similar to last March. I keep on saying that. Here's a takeaway by Central. Pulling back out is Fauci. Fauci back to Markey. Wagner's got it. Wagner with the drive. Wagner the baseline. Gingrich has a block by Eberhardt. Eberhardt, big time play, and it's off Central out of bounds, and it goes back to Cedar Crest. Big time play by Eberhardt.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not jumping as high, but he's still got the reach on these guys. He's the only kid on the court with this kind of wingspan.
Here's the rule. Never leave till the other guy leaves his feet. Although he left his feet, came down, and still kept his hand high, but didn't follow through. Good block by Eberhardt. Here's Horn. Gorloff, hard drive to the basket. Not going to make it. Eberhardt again. Eberhardt, half hook. Eberhardt finds a way to get it done, and Eberhardt in for his 8th point. Andrew Eberhardt, despite the bad ankle ties it up 48 all. We tick down to 2 minutes. Sam Saxon double team. Gets it back outside.
I have to agree with you, Sam Sutton. Watching Saxon bring the ball up the court, it didn't seem like he had the same rhythm as he did last year in the game we did. But naturally, he'll catch up as the season goes on here.
So Central very, very satisfied right now to get back into their passing game, try to show a little bit of patience.
Cedar Crest doesn't need to do anything crazy. It's a tie game at this point.
Absolutely, but what has given Cedar Crest their advantage all night has been their ball pressure. It seems like they're backing off a little bit right now, which will help this type of offense thrive, though.
They're picking up their ball pressure little by little here as they're pushing Central out. You be careful on your pass because you throw it away very quickly. They're getting up in the lanes little by little. Central just passing the ball down to a minute 8 now. You take it down and get a set play. Here's Saxton looking to drive, nothing there.
And we'll work this to the last 10 seconds.
I think Kevin Sheeler's going to call a timeout here before he lets it go that far. Where do you call your timeout? You want to make sure you have the opportunity. Is Cedar Crest on defense just content to let Central play with the ball?
This has to be a nightmare for the Central York fans, the Central York players, to be back in this position.
And you're going to get it out of bounds off Saxton, and there it was. 7th turnover of the second half, 17 in the game now. Make that 18 in the game now for Central.
I hate to remind the Central York fans, but this is eerie similar to last year's game.
Absolutely. 36.3 seconds to go. Tie game. And Cedar Crest has got the basketball and a chance to win it again. Man, deja vu.
Hey, Gary, I don't know if you know about heartbreak, but if you've ever had that girl that broke your heart, it's hard to look her in the eyes again. It's hard to go around her again. And that's what I'm getting the feeling of right now with the Central York team against Cedar Crest.
Well, for Central York.
Sam, that comment's going to be High School Sports Live classic.
Of course, Central York has 6 fouls right now, so the next one's a 1-on-1. You can't afford to foul. And Cedar Crest spread them out. And here's the guy you don't want to have it spread out against. He's going to attack any seam he sees, and he's going to wait to go in right about now.
It should be interesting.
8 seconds, 7 seconds. You know Horn's going to be coming at you. Here he comes. Horn pulls up. Horn buries it. Horn with the 17-footer off the drive, and once again, lightning strikes as Horn buries the 17-footer. Evan Horn with an unbelievable look here at the end. There's 2.2 seconds left. We've got a timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here.
Maybe the shoe's on the other foot now this year. We might have a full court pass to Central, finishing with a 3.
18 points for Evan Horn. Take a look at this. And Evan Horn knocks down another huge shot. Man, Cedar Crest The ghost of Christmas past. We're in the Christmas time, right?
It is, and Horn hasn't hit a jump shot all night. That's his first his perimeter jump shot.
Well, the Central have a turnabout being fair play here, a chance to throw it the length of the court and find someone open. You can see Tommy Smith out there saying no foul, no foul, no foul. For Central, what are you drawing up right now if you're Kevin Sheeler? Let's get out to Charlie Fortney very quickly. Charlie?
Guys, it's electric over here. This Cedar Crest bench was wild. They almost got a technical running onto the floor, but the ref did a good job of corralling them back. But look for, they did add 3.9 on the clock, so look for Central to have a play to try to get a shot, three-point line and in.
Well, they're going to put Eberhardt up on the ball here. You may see a timeout called here by Cedar Crest. Let's wait and see. Going to try to throw it the length of the court from Markey. You got three tandem right there, and Saxon on the side.
I'm a coach, so I like to watch the plays that are drawn up at the end of the game. I'm interested in seeing this.
Well, here you go. Throw it the length of the court. It's batted out. That takes...
No time went off the clock.
No time off the clock. 3.9 seconds to go. And now timeout for Cedar Crest. They're going to revisit what they want to do here. So Eberhardt's up on the ball. Gingrich was out of the game there, which I really find interesting. Yeah, he was out of the game. He's still out of the game for the moment.
Hey, guys, let's talk about the play that even gave Cedar Crest the ball, that touch on the out of bounds. You saw the replay. Was that the right call? Do you have a chance to dial in on that? I know our production crew ran that.
Yeah, I think it was the right call. It was
okay.
Very close. Saxon was on the side. It got stuck.
Okay.
I think Saxon's body was out. That's what they called it. His body was on the line when he fell.
Well, I know the refs seemed real sure about it, but I know it was a game changer, that's for sure.
The unfortunate part was if you replay last year's game, there was a turnover right before the big play last year as well.
Well, guys, we may have seen our play of the game and our player of the game emerge all in one play, right?
Hey, 2 nights in a row, you got Hershey knocking off Susquehanna, top team in the state in AAA. Now we got the 2 Titans. What a game, guys.
Well, let's take a look here. So you got to get something down there. Could it be a Christian Leitner? Here we go. Getting it down the court is Wagner. Wagner is going to pull up. Wagner lets it go. Wagner, just off the foot of the iron. Ever so close. And Central goes down, and Cedar Crest is going to win it 50-48. And another great battle between these two clubs. This is starting a kind of rivalry. What a great game. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back with your Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships post-game report. We'll have our 1847 Financial Player of the Game and our Lord Law LLC play of the game. Just out ahead. What a great game. 50-48, Cedar Crest beats Central here on the Panthers home court. We'll be right back on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
It's always better when you get to pick your team. That's why I didn't just accept the regional health plan offered at work. I went to a Highmark Direct store and picked a more affordable plan with a broader network. One that I feel better with.
For the most value, you're better with Blue. We're reinventing affordable health care for today and for generations to come. For all you do, you're better with Highmark Blue Shield.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two. It's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
You already know your Giant bonus card is a great way to bag real savings on groceries. But it does so much more, like helping you pump up your fuel discount with Gas Extra Rewards. Just by using your Giant bonus card, you'll save 10 cents per gallon for every $100 you spend. So the more you buy, the more you save. Gas Extra Rewards, fueled by Giant.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less. And OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
Welcome back to Central York High School. The win tonight, 50-48 by Cedar Crest, much like they did last March. Let's go down to Charlie Fortney, who's with our 1847 Financial Player of the Game. Charlie?
Guys, I'm with Evan Horn Jr. Evan, great game, 18 points. I'm going to get you talking about your teammates for a second, because you had a teammate, Andrew Eberhardt, your senior, one of your senior leaders, who went down with an injury 5 minutes ago, and I didn't think he was coming back, the way he limped off the court. Talk about the impact and the guts he showed coming back here at the end.
Well, Bird's a hard worker. He's worked hard in practice, and he just kind of came back. And, I mean, we need him in that situation. He came up big for us, and he's been doing that for I can't tell you how long. And it's a team effort tonight, and even though I might have had the most points, we couldn't have done it without the team. So,
talk about how this win kickstarts you guys this year, because this was a team that you guys stole one from last year with UD. Now UD's off at prep school, but talk about this win. To do this again to a top team like this, what's this going to do for you guys confidence-wise going into league play?
I think it kind of just sends a message to the rest of the teams in District 3, because we haven't been districts in how long, and now they think maybe last year was a fluke, but we're kind of showing them that we're back again this year, and hopefully we can do the same thing we did last year.
Evan, you're our 1847 Financial Player of the Game. Take this, enjoy this with your teammates. Gary Sam, I'm with a real competitor here, and he has a cast of characters just like him. We're going to enjoy seeing them play. We might even be doing a game at the Giants Center with these guys, and hopefully that's the next goal for you guys. Evan, congratulations. Back to you guys.
First time I saw Evan smile all night. This guy plays with determination. We saw it last March at the Giants Center. We see it again here, and he is our Jack Giambalvo, our 1847 Financial Player of the Game. And we also have our play of the game, our Lord Law LLC play of the game, as we continue our Jack Giambalvo post-game report. Yes, it was the one that gave him the lead and the ultimate victory. There you see Horn pulling up. First jump shot he made all night long. Everything else was a drive, and he buries a 17-footer for his 18th point of the night. What a leader for this club, Evan Horn.
What a leader, what a player. And what a play. That crossover was ridiculous. He almost took Wagner out of the screenshot there. And then he knocked it down like a leader does.
Cedar Crest does it again. And as Evan Horn said, it's not a fluke.
He
said we just set notice to the rest of the district about who we are, and we're back again. If you look over the other side tonight, Charlie Gibbons with 14 points, had a great job rebounding in the game. Jared Wagner had 12. Brandon Schaefer had 8. Calvin Luckenball 2. And you also had Sam Saxton with only 5 tonight. I thought that was huge. And Nathan Markey was 6 for Central. Sam Saxton not really ever involved tonight, and I thought that was really a telltale sign here for this club.
There's something going on there. Now, I'm going into detective mode after this game. I need to find out what's going on. Where was Sam Saxton at tonight? However, I'm sure the Central York team will be right there when it comes time to districts. I would not be surprised to see both of these teams in a semifinal matchup this year.
And I thought the big guys tonight for Cedar Crest did a great job. Raby Ferreira off the bench with 9 points, and then Eberhardt coming back. He had 8 points tonight. You also had, as you said, 18 for Horn. Garloff had 2. Kern had 6. You had Nick Miller with 2, and closing out the scoring was Soren Frost, who had a huge 3 there late in the game to get his team back into contention. Remember, they were down by 10 again.
Yes.
It looked very similar to what we saw again. We've said it over and over again. This was like, I was checking to make sure we weren't watching a replay, except I knew we weren't at the Hershey Giant Center, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
A lot of people to thank here tonight. Thanks to Marty Trimmer, the AD here at Central, who's always so kind to us and takes care of us very, very well. And, of course, all the guys down in the truck tonight doing just a wonderful job. We appreciate that. Chad Edwards, our producer. Charlie Fortney, who puts everything together. And, of course, Brandy Trossel, who got all the rosters together, did a lot of the unmentionables tonight. Thanks to Sam Sutton, one of the great color guys in the business. My brother in basketball, right?
Sutton Law Firm.
There you go. We had a lot of fun tonight. Again, if this is the way the season's going to go, man, we've had 2 great ones already in the opening 2 nights, and we're looking forward to a lot more basketball on High School Sports Live TV. Again, tonight, 50-48, Cedar Crest does it again. They dump Central right here on the Panthers' home court. Thanks for joining us this evening, everyone. And don't forget to watch High School Sports Live TV, only on ABC 27. I'm Gary Sutton. Have a great night.